And in addition to the presidential race, we have some big races in Connecticut as well.
U.S. Senate, Congress, and the entire General Assembly seats are being decided. Our election insider, chief political correspondent Mark Davis, has been profiling local races for the past 2.5 weeks. Mark joins us live to talk about what to watch out for on Election Day in the state. Mark, what can you tell us about the race for the Senate and the races for Congress?
Well, hi, Scott and Ann. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford newsroom. Actually, all of the Democratic incumbents are heavily favored to be reelected. The Republicans who are running for Congress and the U.S. Senate have had a hard time raising any money. They still have very low name recognition. However, the races for the state Senate and the State House of Representatives is a different story.
And Mark, what about the races to watch locally? A lot of talk about Dr. William Pettit.
Yes, that's what I was indicating. This is the race for the House seat that's called District 22. It's mostly the town of Plainfield and the town Plainville, rather, I should say. I better put my glasses on. Plainville and a small section of New Britain. It's been represented for 22 years by Democrat Betty Bokas, who has spent a lot of time bringing state dollars back to that district for all kinds of projects in town. She's being challenged by Republican Dr. William Pettit. And for obvious reasons, people are watching this race very closely. The sole survivor, one of the worst crimes in state history. He says he's not running as a crime victim, but because change is needed in Hartford, and he has been pulled to public service because his family has been involved in Plainville for decades. And that's true. His father ran a general store. His father was on town boards. And I believe other members of his family have been as well. So he's as well known in Plainville as he is all across the state, and as well known as Betty Bokas.
How about the state Senate, Mark? What can we anticipate with that?
All right, there are about 9 competitive state Senate seats, and about 4 of them are on or near the Connecticut shoreline. They're all running against Governor Malloy. The Republicans need 4 Senate seats to get the majority in the state Senate. They've been attempting to make the unpopularity of Governor Malloy and the constant budget crisis an issue. The Meriden-based 13 state Senate district is a perfect example between incumbent Democrat Dante Bartolomeo and Republican Len Suzio. Bartolomeo beat Suzio in the past 2 elections by less than 300 votes. This is another rematch, and another close race is expected. Now, another one is the 17th state Senate district, which stretches from Hamden and Woodbridge to the Naugatuck Valley and has been represented for the past 24 years by Democrat Joe Crisco. He's being challenged by Republican George Logan, who is also making the governor and the Democrats the big issue. The same argument is being used in the southeastern Connecticut 18th Senate district. This is an open seat. Andrew Maynard of Stonington is not seeking another term. Republican Heather Summers, the former mayor of Groton, is facing off against former state rep and Preston selectman Tim Bowles. Now, that's just 3 of these competitive races. As I said, there's about 9 of them. The Republicans are saying that because of the constant budget crisis and the 2 tax increases, that Malloy is so unpopular, and they're tagging the Democrats as facilitating him for that. And I should also say the profiles of these races I was just talking about, and several more over the past 2.5 weeks, as you mentioned, are all available on our website and on the News 8 app on your iPhone.
All right, we'll be ready to go election night, Mark.
That's why he's our political insider, an asset on election night. And speaking of election night, we are your source for the latest election results and also analysis. 7 o'clock, your voice, your vote. That's coverage from ABC News right here on News 8. We'll have live local updates and then a complete wrap-up happening at 11, plus all night long, continuing coverage on WTNH.com. You can also download that free News 8 app.